Okay. Let me just turn off my video. Currently having a debate with Matthew on, I wanted to know who I was in My Hero Academia, like between Deku and Bakugo. I'll start the video in a minute, but I want to say this. And I was like, who am I? And he's just like, well, you're Deku and Bakugo depending on your mood. And I was like, yeah, but personality-wise, who am I? And he's like, Death Bakugo. And I was like, good, because you're Deku. He is. He really is. I think I'm gonna change. I'm gonna try to fix the lighting a little bit. So, what the fuck? I turned you off. I don't know how well this will work. Did that just make it worse? Did that make it better? I don't know. Anyways, okay, so sorry about the box. That was, oh, hey, Shani. So now we're actually going to start. No problem. So, God, I wish there was a fan in here. It's hot. I am wearing, oh, you're welcome. I'm going to sit like this. So I might do some stuff like down here, but I will explain what I'm doing throughout the process anyways. Sorry if I'm a little dark. I can't, lighting right here is weird. I'll have to figure it out. So I'll tell you what I have with me first. Since I explained the whole spell jar routine for this specific jar before in my Book of Shadows, I'm going to explain to you what I have with me. So you know, I went ahead and prepared everything. I'm adding one extra ingredient for this, and it is going to be black salt. I have my own, like, made. I made my own. So then my mortar and pestle. It's an agate one. I like to ground my herbs just a little bit before putting them in the jar because I mix them together basically. And I find that grounding them just a little bit helps with that. This is my jar. I thought that was a lid. It's just my jar sitting upside down because I cleansed it with a spray. And I'll show you that spray in a minute. Next, I have my cauldron. This is where I tend to throw my sigil because I light it, let it burn for a little bit, and catch the ashes in the cauldron. And the ashes are what goes into the jar usually. I have my candle. It's already anointed. It's white, so you can't really see it. I promise you it's there. I'll hold it like closer. Obviously, you won't be able to see what's carved in there. But I have sweet dreams carved into there. I have the person's name. And then I have 2 protection bind runes on there. So that's what I did for the candle. And then I have these 2 candles back here to seal the jar. I picked black for protection and pink for harmony. I have a lighter and then matches, which I think are really cute because they're black. I bought them up in Michigan, don't ask. I have amethyst and peridot. You see the purple is the amethyst and the green is the peridot. And then for herbs, I have the nettle, which I'll describe because I don't think it'll show up on camera. Does it show up on camera very well? No. Okay. It has dark green and a little bit of brown leaves in it. It's ground fairly fine. Honestly, a lot of the herbs look very similar in my eyes. And then you have oregano. If you don't know what oregano looks like, go to your kitchen. It's oregano. Smells like I'm cooking in here because of it. And then I have lemon balm, which looks honestly like a duller nettle, in my personal opinion. It looks a bit more woody. It doesn't have wood in it, I don't think. No. But it does look like wood in a sense. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Next, we have the sigil that I made. It's already on its piece of paper and drawn out. So there we go. And then it's now been cleansed. You'll see there's a white liquid in it. That's this liquid that I used to cleanse it. I didn't do a incense cleanse, but this is the spell jar that I'll be using today. You'll notice on the top, there's a little hook and eye type deal going on. That's because this actually is from a kit to make necklaces from jars, and I don't really have the right tools to like pry it apart and everything, and I always break my nails and stuff, so I stopped making necklaces a lot of the time, but the jars are still a really good size, so yeah. But anyways, I've already done my circle, I've already cleansed the space, and I'll show you real quick what I used to cleanse once I find it. Because I can't do my smudge stick, and I'm trying to keep my incense use to a minimum until we move, just due to the fact that I do not want to run out because I don't really have the money to buy more. I use Soul Stick Smudge Spray. It has clear quartz in it, and it's made from white sage leaves and other essential oils. So it works for me. And then I used a protection spray for anointing my candle. And then I also have a ritual mist that I used in the process of creating my circle. So I think that's about it. Now we can, my glasses are fogging up. That's great. But we can go ahead and start. I'm gonna grab this, and put it on the ground here in front of me. You can't see it, I know. I'm sorry. It's really awkward, but I'm gonna take a little bit of, you see how tiny this jar is, correct? So I can't tell if your glasses are fogging up. I can just kind of see it in the corner. It's just kind of like, it looks white here. And I was just kind of like, and also because I'm wearing them, I can see them fogging up. But, so literally, actually, I think I can do this up here. I can't grind it up here, but I can at least put it in up here. Okay. That looks like a butt plug. You can't see it, it's behind the mortar, but, it's behind it, but it looks like a butt plug. So you'll just take a little bit, not very much. This is literally just, I'm gonna do a pinch of each because you wanna be able to fit everything into the jar because wax seal can only do so much, you know? So when I'm done with things, I'm gonna put them to the side because when I do my cleanup after I'm done with the video, I have to actually take this because it all goes like, crystals go up here and stuff goes down here. And it's a bit difficult and also hard to reach. So Next, I'm going to put in a little bit of lemon balm. Might be a little too much. Once it's fully mixed, you don't have to put all of it in there because you tend to put a little bit too much volume. You overcompensate while doing it. And in a minute, after I put all these together, I'll go ahead and light the candle because in order to charge our sigil, I want to use the anointed candle specifically for this spell and not, a different candle. So, and this is my first time in a while using a, what do you want to call it? Tea candle. That's what it is. I was going to take a match. Now, let's see if I can do this properly because I struggle a lot with matches and everything. It broke. These also might not actually work. I've not used them before, so. They're just breaking. I think I'm just going to keep them for a show. I thought it'd be easier to use matches, but I guess they're just going to be pretty. My back hurts. Okay, well, instead we're just going to use, that works. Like, you don't have to use matches. You really don't. You can use lighters. You can use a fire pit. Those matches are pretty. I know. They even have like hot pink ones and stuff, and I really wanted to get those too. I might ask my friend if she can go like to that store and get me some. But like I've never seen them before. And like hers worked, but it might just be because like they've been in here so long. Maybe moisture got in the bottle. I don't know. I've never been good with matches, like, at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to real quick make sure that the oil is fully rubbed in because I don't want it catching on fire. I'd rather it melt with the, now I can't get the fucking, it's going great. Come on. There we go. There we go. Much better. Bright lights. That's all you see. You don't see the candle, you just see lights. Anyways, now we're gonna grind these little motherfuckers up. When me and Matthew made our first jar together, this was his favorite part. Oh my God. Ugh, my back. Does the amount of grinding matter so much? Oh, no, not at all. This is my own, this is my preference. For me, it's a good way to mix everything because I prefer a lot of mixture in my spell jars instead of okay. So the way I do it is my spell jar is a hot dish. The herbs is the mixture inside, and the crystals are its topping. But other people, they might make it like a casserole where it's layered, where each herb you put in the jar. Like you don't have to even grind it up at all if you don't want to. You don't. It's not required. For me, it also helps put my intention into it, but it is not the like, oh my gosh, you have to do this or your spell will not work type thing, you know? So like a lot of this is still like up to you. I'm just showing you how I do mine. But if you wanted to repeat what I'm doing, but not do the grinding and all of that, you don't have to. Like I promise, you'll be just fine if you don't. You don't even have to use the same herbs as me. Like none of this is like set in stone, you know? So, because technically I'm not even mixing it with the black salt and grinding that with it. So, okay, just wondering, thank you. No problem. You will make a mess unless you have a funnel. I do not own a funnel, therefore I will be making a mess. So, it's kind of like, this is going to be really dumb to say, but sometimes it makes me feel like I'm doing like arts and crafts in a way because of just like how messy I feel like I always am. Like I feel like a kid. You know, I might actually be able to get at least all of it out of my mortar pestle. Now, all in the jar is a different question. Whew, getting hot over that candle. Okay. Put this back where it goes. Now, we have that all mixed together. Got this open. So, let's go ahead and I'm going to actually take a little bit more of this paper off so that we have just the sigil. Well, mostly just the sigil. So, we just have that. That's really all it takes for that part at least. Now, since the candle is done being used for at least those certain parts, beautiful, she's done. I wanted to make sure the fire had gone out. I should have grabbed tweezers. Didn't think about that. It's fine. Perfect. I have her ashes. Tweezers on hand is a good thing. It really is because like this was really hard to get out of that cauldron. So bring this back up front so it's close to me. You'll want to get as much of the ashes as you can in here, but because it's ashes, it's just going to kind of go out on your hand, but yeah, I got the sigil in there, thankfully. So sometimes you have mishaps. I'm still here, but we're shooting a video soon, just letting you know. Okay, have fun. I just thought I'd get this done early in the morning. So You'll be able to watch the replay anyways, so it's okay. Next, we're going to add the black salt. Am I really going to do it this way? Yes. Beautiful. And I just hit my amethyst. It's fine. Now I'm just gonna shake it a little bit to mix it. This also puts energy into it. Also gets ash all over your hands, especially if your black salt is handmade, because I put ash in my black salt. So, no, my peridot. The cork is starting to rot, so that's not a good thing. Now I'm putting some peridot in there. Maybe. And a little bit of amethyst. If I can get it open. It seems like Matthew was the one that closed it last time. Shit. Matthew. God damn it. Come on. Because these bottles you can't close too tight. The ones I have right now for my little mini crystals, you can't close them too tight or you get screwed over basically. Because I don't know why, but it just, the corks are falling apart. So it's like I need to almost keep them open, but I don't want to do that. Okay, now this is what this ball jar looks like now. It looks pretty gray, simple, everything, but it is basically done being made. What I will do is I have a Sharpie over here. And what I'm going to do, because I don't do this all the time, but you know, this is my second time making this, so I feel like I can. I'm actually going to draw protection bind runes on here. And they're going to be in this bluish color. And so therefore they'll be light and not too hard on the eyes, which is kind of what you want when you're doing a sweet dreams jar, because, well, you want them to sleep well and have good dreams, so you don't want something harsh. But that's just my opinion. You can do anything you want. You don't even have to do this part. I just like to add runes to mine for the fact that it's part of my craft. I love runes. They mean a lot to me, so just having runes is just a big thing for me. Now here comes the fun part. Well, gosh, I need to clean these off, don't I? These are all so messy. You know what? We'll just use the one that we used last time. This is done being used, so it can be put away. I have these little trays. As you can see, it has wax on it. Therefore, you know exactly what I'm doing with it. Oh, shit, my legs. I can't feel my feet. I'm sorry that I am pausing. I just can't feel my feet. Anyways, so we're going to stick our jar, maybe. Okay. had to move a little bit of wax off of it. We're going to basically stick our jar here, and this is when we'll do our wonderful sealing of the jar. I'm going to do black first, then pink. Okay, I'm getting feeling back in my feet and it's weird. So literally all you have to do is start a fire. And then you just wait. The amount of that you want is dependent on who you are. I like a lot, but that's just me as a person. Because it's very decorative in my eyes. So this part, I just love it. And that's it. That's all you do with the sealing. Next, I have the pink, which since the black favored the other side, I'm going to have the pink favor this side. Oh, that didn't stay. This part I know probably seems a little boring. To watch at least. It's not boring for me. It's actually really pretty. And there's your spell jar. You just let it cool off for a little bit. And then all that's left, let me look. Now I'm going to mute myself, but this next part is repeating your intention. What you say is, I desire sweet dreams for, and then you name your intended party. Reason I'm muting this is so that you don't hear the name and I don't want it casted over YouTube, So I'll unmute myself when I'm done. And you do this 9 times. Okay. And all that's left is to let the candle burn. I will clean this area up in a little bit. But now you just let it burn. So let me move and go back to my normal seating spot. So adjusting camera, we're gonna work on this. Oh God, I can't fit my foot. It feels weird. So I hope that made some sense. I'm gonna put that there and put all my stuff back. My makeup stuff was in the chair. Grab my cell phone. The notebook paper and everything that I used to make my sigil was right there. But anyways, gosh, that made me hot. If you are in kind of like a hurry, and you're doing a spell jar or anything, now I will say, you do not, there are certain things in my spell jar that you don't have to do because it is a spell jar spell and not a candle spell. You don't have to have the anointed candle. You don't. It's not required. It's just something that I did and it worked for me. But also the spell jar alone can work for you. It's all about intention and energy and everything. And if you are doing a candle spell, if you do not have the time to burn down until it goes out by itself, a candle, because that can take a long time. One of the things that I actually recommend is when you anoint it, you anoint the whole thing, but when you carve in your intentions and your sigils and your runes and whatever else it may be, that was open for some reason. Whenever you do all of that stuff, I recommend putting it closer to the top because, and that's why tea candles is kind of like a good thing because once it burns through those etchings and all of that, the spell's practically done. What the fuck? Okay, then. Oh, it was a piece of cat hair. It scared the shit out of me. But anyways, so yeah, there's tips and tricks. There's things you can't do. I will say probably one of the biggest things that you can do wrong on a spell jar is one, not sealing it, because then anyone can open it. And if it's like for protection or something, like it is like a ward or something, and you just don't seal it, and anyone can just go and pop the lid off, you're in for some trouble because, well, then no one's going to be able to help, you know? They're going to be able to send terrible things your way no matter what you try to do. So, but that's about it. That's kind of all I had for you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed. Let's see if this spell jar is cooled off enough for me to touch. It's still a little warm on top, but, oh, I'm holding it down here. This is the spell jar. You can see the pink and the black. It's basically just muddy black on top because of the colors mixing. But you can even see the bind rune kind of on the side, the light bluish green. And that I will be hiding somewhere on in that person's area. Because, oh yeah, sometimes you tell them, sometimes you don't. I do recommend the biggest way for it to work is by telling them. But everyone works right now today, so I can't tell them until they're off of work because I'm not going to text it to them because no. But I say that's all there is to it, but you know, sometimes it gets a little bit more complicated than that. But I hope it was helpful. I hope it was interesting. And if anyone has any ideas of what they want to see next, just shoot me an email, comment, message me on Instagram or Twitter or Discord, whatever you want to do, and I will see you guys next time. So, yeah.